visual, is that right?
That's the visual on the laptop.
Well, the lights come on, so it sounds like we're live now, guys.
Looks like we're live.
I'm just putting a Twitter update to let everyone know on Twitter that we're live. So this is the AVCon questions and answers live stream. This is pretty much the same thing you're going to see on the weekend if you're not able to attend AVCon and you are going to live stream it. Same setup and everything. It might be a few little tweaks here and there, but this is pretty much what you're going to see. Now, we should introduce ourselves. From myself to that guy that looks like Convenor from Azumanga Dawe. So I'm Neil, the community manager. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Tiffany, the secretary.
I'm Will, the events guy.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm the convener for AVCon this year.
Okay.
So you're Kimura from...
Kimura.
Azumanga.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Have you seen it?
Is that like the god?
No, that's the pervert teacher.
That's the teacher. That's the teacher. It's just like...
Right, I'll let you guys go into a question. I'm going to put an update out to Twitter to let everyone know that we're live.
Excellent. So this is our first live streaming of AVCon to the World Wide Web, as we put it. Well, hopefully there's a few people out right now enjoying our faces this early on a Saturday morning.
Yay! Now, it'll go up. I'll actually no, there's 20 people.
How do you know how many people watch?
It says it on the screen.
Oh, cool.
From that, I hope it doesn't look like I'm,
Oh, he's got that code, the special code. Okay. Well, look, the first question here we've got is, what has changed this year with AVCon compared to previous years'
Who
AVCons?
asked that?
It was one of our lovely volunteers, Melissa Ann Clark.
Excellent.
So what's some of the things, guys, this year that's changed? I know one of the obvious ones is that we're bigger again than we have been in previous years. We've got the full Adelaide Convention Centre.
So we've got the front places, but we're also utilising the space better.
Yes, we have a much better layout this year. Last year we experimented at the very last minute with basically doubling the main hall. For those of you who came along last year might remember. This year where the LAN area was will now be where Rock Band is, for those of you who enjoy getting up on stage and having a bit of a jam and deafening everyone else in the entire hall. Otherwise, we've actually got a much bigger cafe section with a maid cafe as well, and that's moving down to the halls on North Terrace.
Yeah, the ones that overlook with a big window.
Yes, much nicer view. And we've also got Indie Games Room have moved down there from their previous location.
Which has made events huge.
Got some pretty big guests this year.
Well, how did that affect events? Indie Games moving.
Oh, well, because in the
Kind of
game,
messed them around, didn't it?
well, it made it. We had a separate room behind the main hall last year that was used for Indie Games Room, and because they're gone, we've got the wall away. Huge stage, monstrous amount of seats for you guys, so that you can all fit in all day, and a catwalk and a big stage.
Catwalk sounds pretty fancy, doesn't it?
So those cosplayers will be able to go right into the middle of the audience, won't they?
Be great for photo opportunities. The leaders will be having that as well, won't they?
Well, I think the major ones we've got our Madman National Cosplay on, and that's on the Saturday, and then we've got our AVCon's own cosplay competition on the Sunday. And then we've also got our Lolita competition and parades on the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward
We
to
should
all of
look
them.
at our actual timetable.
Oh, what have you got there, Neil?
I'll bring this around to the camera.
You've got that right.
We've got our
It's a long trip around the table.
There's the AVCon booklet.
So that's this year's booklet.
Will loves the
Some bit of artwork in the
pictures.
front.
There's a quick sneak peek at merch. Oops, too late. You didn't see it.
Will loves the pictures.
No, he doesn't. He thinks that they're
absolutely-
frightening, and that he's going to have nightmares
He
every
thinks
night.
they're adorable just next to his face. Look at that. You can't see his face, but it's a look of absolute joy.
So
Joy.
yeah. So what were we talking about for scheduling? So the Lolita stuff
Well,
and
the Lolita stuff will happen before the AVCon's personal cosplay.
After Cassandra's panel.
Yep.
And she'll be doing a special guest judge for the leader.
So if you're looking to go to see the AVCon cosplay this year, it's going to be later in the afternoon. I don't want to give away any times until you come along the weekend, or unless you want to look on the website yourself.
Well, there's a schedule available
I'm sure
online
it's
at the moment.
your job
Yeah.
to give out the times.
No, I don't want to give
No?
it
there may be very minor tweaks for the schedule leading up to the con, but majority of the stuff, like 95% of the stuff is locked into place.
Yeah.
Well, Tiff, do you want to talk about one of the new things we've got this year? Is we've got international celebrities.
We have international celebrities. We have Cassandra Lee. She's fairly new to the voice acting scene. She does Ritsu in K-On! That's the anime about the band girls forming a school band and actually not playing any music and also eating and drinking tea and cakes. A still pretty good anime, and she's also Kyubi in Madoka Magica Puelli. It's a difficult one for me to pronounce.
Needs more words.
It's more. It needs no more words.
It's like Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann's easy to pronounce.
Gurren Lagann is my favourite.
Tengen
Yeah.
Hopper.
There's also, what is the anime? There's like
That's a good one.
18
That's the one with the
bows.
guy with the afro with the nose hairs.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the anime myself. I know there's a bald
He
guy.
fights crime with his nose hair.
Am I missing out on something here?
Yes,
You
come
are.
on.
Yeah, you're missing out.
We'll have an anime night and we'll watch it.
Okay.
But anyway, moving on, guys. So we've got Cassandra Lee, and we've also got Crispin Freeman.
Or
who-
also, how I like to say, the wizard from Diablo 3. You don't play as the wizard, you play as Crispin Freeman.
You're a wizard. No, what's that? You're a wizard, Crispin.
I'm a what?
Instead of you're a wizard.
A what?
I told you, you're a wizard. Moving on from
You're a wizard, Harry.
moving on from that little joke, because if we go on much further, it probably wouldn't exactly be PG anymore.
What anime has this guy been?
What anime has he been in? Well, he is Itachi in Naruto. For those of you who love your
He's Alucard in Vampire D.
that's
Dinosaur.
what I was
Hellsing.
Hellsing.
I don't know. I haven't watched those ones.
At least he didn't say he was in Twilight. I'm pretty
He
sure
doesn't
he would not be
sparkle.
No,
impressed.
that's Robert Pattinson.
He
He's not a guest this year, unfortunately.
You mean fortunately?
Fortunately? I don't know.
Fortunately.
He's a pretty cool
He
guy.
fights chainsaw wielding guys.
Well, that's always been something that's interesting to our attendees. Who would you actually like to see at AVCon? Future thought.
We've had a few requests.
Like Felicia Day or someone.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. She's like a gaming person.
Is she?
Yeah, apparently.
We've had
Yeah, she's
a lot.
a
We've had a lot of requests for Japanese voice actors. We can't book anything for next year, but I reckon we could probably maybe get some next year. Probably.
Oh, maybe. Never know.
So,
Have a look.
there's going to be panels with these guests, and there's also going to be signings.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, signings and photos.
I've actually had a few questions asked me personally. Is the guest signings and photos available to the entirety of the public? Well, yes.
Definitely.
We would not be much of a convention if we didn't let everyone have their chance at having their photos taken and their...
And we don't
Beautiful
charge people, do we?
merchandise.
No, you don't have to pay $20 to get your photo or another $20 to get a signature taken. We will be trying to do something a little bit different, which is if you have a look on our tickets, if you've bought some of the pre-reg stuff, we will have a unique barcode on each of those tickets, and hopefully coming up on live soon, hopefully this weekend.
Hang on a sec. What's this, Facebook? We got questions?
Okay.
What's up? Facebook?
Well, we'll finish this off.
Yeah.
Finish
cool.
this, finish this.
I've got a few questions here as well that we're ready to answer.
Yeah. Effectively, we'll have a online sign up so you can pre-reg for your photos and signatures with some of the guests, which will hopefully, so
And
we'll try and have
couple
2
of
lines then.
Tournaments as well, I hear. Is that right?
Do we have a VG question that we can swap Jimmy in?
Wow.
VG coordinator?
Well,
We're going to be swapping in people in and out so you get familiar with a lot of people's faces. But to my left, we've got our live stream hosts as well, so they'll be in a sec as well. But you won't see them as it cuts off like.
He was hiding under the table the whole time.
So, question for VG. Someone was asking about how do
tournament
tournaments
sign-ups
work.
work this year.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty simple. All the tournaments at AVCon are free to enter and they're registered on the day. We'll have a... What, can you talk louder?
Yeah.
Stand high.
Stand high.
We'll have a...
Here you go.
Raise the
We'll have a tournament registration desk sitting somewhere in the convention. It's going to be just north of the LAN room. It should be pretty obvious when you come in. There'll be a huge line. You go to there and you register for a tournament you want to enter 2 hours before the tournament starts. The sign-up times are in the booklet. Then when that time rolls around, you show up at the tournament and you enter and play and hopefully win. Something we are intending to do this year that's a bit different is we're looking at doing some kind of pre-registration system where people who have their ticket beforehand can, in addition to maybe getting signatures and photos for the various guests lined up, can pre-register for a tournament and say, I would like to be in this tournament. that's pretty much how it works. It's all really simple. I'm going to get off the chair now before I kill
We
someone.
need to stop putting BG on a pedestal.
Okay, on that note, you can do that with a few things at events, the signings and the photos, but you cannot do that for quiz night. That is a on-the-day only setup. So
And I
you need
believe that's going to be a sign-up desk near the information area.
near the information area.
And it's best to get in there as soon as you can and have your team already set up because teams with full tables get higher priority, I believe, over
Definitely
single
do.
people.
Yep. But we will fit them in if they come in
So
early and they're
that's
alive.
a difference in AVCon this year. With our sign-up desks are multiplying.
And
But I mean,
as
what's
with-
great with the extra space in the main hall, our quiz night's also bigger.
30 desks better. 30 tables.
Yeah, well, so this year we're going to have 70 desks.
Desks.
70 tables.
Well, that means it's going to be
It's going to be like quiz night the exam.
700 seats. 700 seats.
And Team
700
Mike's
people.
Nels will win
Wow.
again.
So that's 70 tables because they're 10 people tables.
And as usual,
Desks.
Desks.
with gold passes, they also get first priority and they
But
go.
only up to 10 desks.
Yep.
Tables.
Alright, so we got another question.
Tables.
We got a question from Martin Fitzpatrick, which is Team AVCon emailed a question asking about the AMV, which we got, and I think we might have answered. Okay, so can AMVs include the song name, artist, series, and the editor's name in the clip? And that's fine. We verified that the other day with our screenings coordinator, aka AMV coordinator, and he said, yeah, that's cool. So,
We
next
have
question.
another question from.
Well, there's while we've got James here at the moment, one of the things that keeps AVCon running, particularly as a volunteer event, is our local console and game donations.
Which is not so much donations, is it?
It's
Also-
lending. We don't
Yeah.
we don't take it for good. We just take it for the weekend. And we promise we're careful.
And if we're not,
If something gets broken or stolen, we do replace it. In the event of something that's ridiculously rare and really hard to replace, that might be hard if we lose your
so
original something NES. But if you're just
Power
lending
glove.
us, if we lose your power glove, but if you're just lending us like a GameCube controller or something, and if you've got any GameCube controllers, please for the love of God lend them to us.
They're so hard to
As
find
long as
these
they
days.
As long as they work. If they don't work, don't lend them to us.
as with anything, if it might seem helpful to lend something that's broken, but we need it to work so that we can run tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
We could pretend to play on a broken
Where
controller.
I'm stressing out a tiny bit over the amount of equipment we've got to actually run everything this year. So if you feel like making me a happy, not crying myself to sleep man,
That's why he was under the table. He was crying earlier.
I was not.
You know what? I heard you. He was like,
So what's the best way for someone, if they want to be able to lend their console on the weekend, to
There's a form on the website, avcon.org.au/donations.
.php or just /.
/donations.
And the time this needs to be in by?
Soon.
As soon as possible.
do it now. just like window so you can still watch us, and then in the next window over, start filling out your donation form while you're
Yeah.
still listening.
So the main reason why we need it in
Excellent.
now is so that
We know what we need to buy.
Yeah, and Jimmy's got his whole database of what console's going to go where. And
Yeah,
how many-
we're building up a table of free play consoles about what will go where, what games.
I mean,
will
look,
go
what's our biggest tournament this year? Have we attempted a 5-12 Smash Brothers
where.
bracket
No,
yet?
no, it's still 256. We're not going next level.
Doesn't
Although I
count.
think it could be feasible at
Yeah.
some point. Last year we didn't get enough entrants that I think we'd fill the 5-12 bracket this year, but maybe next year.
So what about 5-12 teams tournament?
No, that's one with much more serious rules and takes a lot longer to run.
Yeah. So I guess what are the big new tournaments aside from standard ones they'd expect?
King of Fighters 13, we're running a tournament for that. That's recent. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, also recent. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we ran Black Ops 2 last year.
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 2.
1.
Yeah, okay. We've ran a diff. I don't
It's
play
all
Call of
good, we
Duty.
don't play it.
What else are we running that's new? Mario Kart 7, the 3DS Mario Kart game. We're running a tournament on that.
You having a Kingdom Hearts tournament?
We are not having a Kingdom Hearts tournament.
Someone asked me if we're doing a Dynasty Warriors tournament, but I'm not sure if there's even a possible way to run a tournament.
I don't know the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now it's way too late. But next year, maybe if the game works as a tournament thing, then that could totally work.
So the process when we decide on tournaments, it's got to be what? It's got to have a competitive scene.
Well, basically, it's got to be something we can expect to get a few people for. We'd like our tournaments to be about 64-person tournaments at the smallest. We could maybe run a few 32-person tournaments. So next year we're looking at expanding things so we can run a few of these more vanity tournaments. But yeah, we need to be able to get a few people. And it needs to be something that we can play reasonably fast. Ideally without internet access.
So not RPGs that require online.
Yep.
No WoW tournament. Sorry.
And ideally...
Wow, that's amazing.
And ideally reasonably fast to run. This is one of the reasons why we have so many fighter tournaments, because they're really fast to run, they're easy to run, and people play them.
We could do a WarioWare tournament, but it'd be over in like a minute.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
He really doesn't like the picture.
Hey? Alright, we've got some charms that we might want to show off. So we've got... I might
Charming.
bring this over again.
If anyone
know
noticed
jokes.
while Dave was talking, Will was trying desperately hard to hide the cover of the AVCon booklet because he was quite mortified by it.
I agree, those things scare me.
It's okay though, I don't try it.
So what are you showing there,
my
Neil?
jumper.
I'm just showing the merch.
Me being the person I am, decided that he needs
What's
to see
that?
the beauty.
So what's this? Hang on, let me get it now. Oh, there. So these are the new charms. Avian Switch charms.
We're professional here, guys.
What?
Stay professional, people.
So these are acrylic charms. And they're going to be sold for $5 at the con.
And they can go on your phone, or we can get necklaces of them too.
Or
Oh,
on your
on
cat
Switch.
if you're really desperate.
So,
This is not
we need to sing happy birthday. No, I'm kidding. AVCon's got an inside joke, so if you hear anyone saying happy birthday, either it is the person's birthday or we're just trying to greet them.
Well, one of our other questions that's come through recently is when does cosplay close?
Well, I was pretty sure it just kept going forever and ever and ever. But we have to have a closing date, and it's going to be on the 16th, which I believe is next Saturday. So guys, if you have a cosplay entry, get it in now, because you have very little time to do it, and we really want to see you on the stage this
16th
year.
means that today's the 7th, meaning we only have 20 days until AVCon.
Don't say that.
20 days! That's 2 lots of 10, that's a little
Very,
over
very
3
little
weeks.
time.
Yeah, we're doomed.
So actually, it's a Monday.
What?
The 16th is a Monday.
Oh, well, that's good news. It's on
Thank
Monday,
you,
not
disembodied
Saturday.
voice. So, what that disembodied voice was our TV guy, E-Man. So this is going to be
He
filmed.
lost his body in a tragic filming accident.
If you've missed anything in this stream, it's going to be actually put on our YouTube afterwards. Provided it might have a little bit of stuff cut down so we can make the amount of time, but it'll be on YouTube. So
Just
going
those
to
1 minutes?
No, it's more to make sure that
It
we
used
take
to
away
have a time
anything that
limit.
we shouldn't be putting up.
it
No,
used to be a
it's
time
time.
limit,
Every time I swear.
but now it's
basically.
you get your account set so that you can do more than 15 minutes.
So I'm pretty sure we have
yeah.
our account ready for that.
Yeah, it's been like
We have another question. I'm looking at the
Well,
magic computer
yeah.
over here.
So Hyperstrike has asked,
maybe my last.
will the guidebook be available on other devices besides the iPhone?
So I actually answered that already to him, but for anyone else that so the guidebook
Do you want to
Let's
explain
see.
what's the guidebook now?
So Guidebook is an app for Facebook, and basically I guess you could call it think of it as like a guide shop. So you don't have to pay for anything on there, but you'll go in there, you download the app, and then you go and search for what actual guide you want. So you search for AVCon, you get the AVCon guide, and it's not so much like the AVCon booklet, but it's more of a personal planner for the convention, and it gives you all the information you need. So you'd be able to, say, okay, I want to go to the cosplay thing and I want to go to this video games tournament, and it'll put it into a timetable for you. So it's like, oh, I've got this in 2 hours, so it makes it a lot easier. And that's going to be on, I believe, iPhone, Android, Microsoft Phone 7, and BlackBerry.
So how do you get it?
Go to your app store or go to guidebook.com and they'll show you how to get it.
So it's effectively just an electronic version of our actual show booklet.
Yes.
With planning capabilities.
And without the beautiful cover picture that we love so much.
We could probably fit it in there somewhere.
No,
I can do that.
please,
And no ads.
don't do that.
No adverts. We can add adverts if people like adverts, but no, we can add in-app sponsorship, but I don't think we've got that at the moment.
Nah.
And how many? Now this is actually a limited app. How
Oh.
many are available for download?
2,000, and if you miss out, I'm sorry.
Because we can only.
More people
Yeah.
get it. Next year we'll have unlimited.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll see how popular it is this year and if you guys enjoy it.
And actually, the best feature of this is that it allows you to provide feedback. So we'll have an actual feedback section of it where you can fill out a survey and say, I want this at AVCon, or I thought this hoodie smelled like poop and I don't want to see it, and stuff like that.
Smell?
Yeah.
None of our hoodies smell. They smell nice and fresh and clean, by the way.
But they've got the
Well,
new
they're all
body
brand
smell.
new.
New hoodie
Yeah.
Except for the one that you
Delicious
tried
industrial
several
salt.
times.
So,
Well,
That's a test
we've
for
got
us
another
to
question
be
here from Chad Loss on our Facebook. Will there be any DVD releases of the events after AVCon?
Unfortunately, no, because it's more of a copyright issue for us, isn't
oh,
it?
no.
there's-
So, okay. Dan, would you like to come in and say for a second?
Hi, Dan.
Dan is doing this.
So, do you want to pop your head in and
Yeah,
just
pop
quickly
your
say,
head in.
like,
He's-
okay?
he's-
Well, guys,
He's shaking his
look,
head.
Dan here can correct me. As far as I'm aware, we will be recording the majority of AVCon and streaming it live to the web, just like we are right now.
So, we
Yay.
definitely on YouTube.
And I believe we'll also be probably putting up a fair amount of it on YouTube permanently. In terms of an actual DVD release, I think it comes down to the amount of time and effort required to collate all that together and put it in a DVD.
And
Some of it,
Dan's
You
got
can see the feedback on the guidebook app, and if it's an overwhelming thing, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
But
The cost of producing a DVD would also be a concern if we couldn't get people to actually
Yeah.
buy it.
It's money, and AVCon, being a non-profit organisation, doesn't exactly have the funds to do that right now.
So,
well, and completely volunteer run as well, so everyone would have to basically just pitch in all their excess time to try and make a DVD. And
I
then,
guess
Yeah.
what we could do is anyone that's watching this live, if you want to post on the Facebook or send us a message to Twitter saying you'd like to see it, and anyone who's watching this after the live stream on YouTube, put in the comment box below that you'd like to see a DVD, so it gives us an idea of how many people actually want to.
I mean, they could just download all our YouTube videos
Yeah.
and put it on their own DVD.
That could work.
Not that we didn't endorse that already.
We could give people instructions.
I didn't know they sold DVD. I didn't know they sold DVDs and CDR anymore.
We can get computers these days that don't have DVD drives, don't you?
We could actually. I got a good
Yeah,
idea.
if you're a horrible person.
We could go back to last year and release an AVCon floppy because it was retro.
Oh,
How much stuff would fit on a 3.5-inch floppy disk?
1.5 meg.
1.5.
1.5.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say 1.5 pitches.
see,
That's almost.
I actually have a stack of about 40 floppy drives at home somewhere.
Really?
We could do
Are you,
that's
are
maybe
you doing,
one
Are you
release.
doing one of those things where you make a song out of the sounds it makes?
No,
Okay.
no, I
That's
Well,
not-
I mean,
not
look,
cool.
just to
I
finish
just
that up
haven't
quickly as
for ages.
well, the only thing, guys, that we won't be able to record at AVCon is some of the copyright material, and that's effectively our guest panels in particular. There's some material in there which we can't re-record, because
Screenings?
that's their own thing.
Yeah.
Some of the
So,
screenings in particular,
The main
yes.
thing about the Crispin Freeman stuff that can't be recorded is his panels are a service he provides, so we purchase the ability for him to do that at our convention, so we can't go and sell his service. We can't go and put it out for free.
So
Yeah.
it's a limited time offer, I guess, to yourselves, the attendees as well, to come along and see.
Which
the
is why you
panels.
should go watch the panels, like both Crispin and Cassandra's, because
Yeah.
we can't record them.
And for everyone who's overseas or interstate, come to Adelaide. Adelaide
Yeah.
is probably one of the cheaper places
It's
in
like
Australia to live at the moment.
$300 for a
Yes,
hotel.
less than $300 for a hotel. Oh, I've got something come in from OT1. I've never heard of this guy before. I think his name's Conroy. He used to work for the con, I think.
Doesn't
OT1.
sound
Ot-
too
Whoa.
Is it OT1 or OT1?
Otwan.
Anyway,
But
actually
actually-
asking.
So his question
Oh,
is,
Twan.
what kind of prizes are up for grabs for competitions? I heard in the recent AVCon TV we mentioned the big 4,000. And what about video
His
games?
face is like,
At the moment, we haven't actually distributed prizes. We've got a budget of about. I think we've budgeted something like $6,500
Well,
across all
just
of
to
the
give you a
tournaments.
bit of a rundown on what's going to be available.
We've got more tournaments than you.
We've got some great Madman vouchers that you can use at their store on the day or on their website. We'll have Shintokyo products and prizes, like if you remember the
Gotta
quiz
love
night, a lot of stuff
Shintokyo.
available there.
So,
Another great sponsor of ours. We'll also have Razer gear as well, a lot of that to give out. We've
Yeah.
got some game controllers, headphones, mice and keyboards.
shaving equipment?
Gaming.
Yeah.
gaming, not shaving,
Razer,
gaming.
Razer, the producer of computer peripherals.
Alright,
You can shave with your
And then
computer?
we're also
Yes.
looking at, I believe, some cash prizes actually,
Yeah.
some of our cosplay
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, the cosplay events will have some big
Honest-
cash.
my
prizes.
fight money!
Honestly, for VG tournaments, we basically prefer that cash and brown paper bag approach. approach to prizes.
And plus, I think
With a dollar sign on
every
the bag.
person who gets first place also gets a trophy.
Not a trophy, it's a medal.
Oh, no,
We said no to the trophies, they were too expensive.
Not even for first place.
Not even for first place,
No,
they're
it's
too
been-
expensive.
That's only for VG, they're too poor. But the event section,
And also
we
we're
have
running
trophies.
and also we're running 19 events. How many are you?
2, 3.
But this is,
But he can count.
this is
he can
proving
count
that
on one
AVCon
hand,
people
so-
can count.
I
Okay,
think I have like.
so let's shuffle some people around. So we'll get in our new streaming people. So how about Tiff and I drop out?
Hi guys.
Bye, Tiff. We don't want you.
You'll miss me. You
We'll
know
still
you
be
will.
around the side
James,
talking.
do you want to grab Simon?
Bye, Neil.
Simon?
So, howdy guys, we've got Ben here coming in, and we've got Helen, two of our new MCs this year. So, do you guys just want to quickly introduce yourself?
You first.
Ben first.
Yay! Hi, I'm Ben, and I have been to AVCon for probably the last 3 years as part of the Australian Costumers Guild and hosting their panel, which I will be again this year, but this time apparently it's going to be streamed as well, which they're not going to know. So that's me, and really, I'm not going to tell them. That's the big thing. Don't tell them; they won't know until the very end. So they are out on the internet, and they are going to love that. And they're not watching now. I'm pretty.
Hi, Simon. Come on, guys.
So, you, for you at home who haven't seen or met Simon before, Simon's actually our MC manager. Is that what you want to call yourself at the moment?
Host officer generally is the term that's being flung around the office, but
Yeah.
yeah, basically I'll be emceeing on the main stage with my co-host Marion, who both you we would have seen if you've been following AVCon TV. You would have seen myself and Marion, and yeah, these are going to be other lovely faces of AVCon. So yeah, great to actually get these guys in so you can all meet them.
Ugly lover.
Well, Helen, do you want to
Oh, yes.
spill about yourself?
Okay, so hi, my name's Helen. I've been to AVCon for about the last 5 years or something. I started off as a maid at the Maid Cafe, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's pretty much all. I love AVCon, so that's why I'm still part of it.
Oh, it's about AVCon love.
AVCon love is important,
It
isn't
is.
it? It is.
It's the new addition to AVCon this year. Yeah.
Deep inside.
And it's in July,
gives
so
you-
it needs some
Yeah,
Pretty much,
do.
is it those warm fuzzies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
warm fuzzies from Helen all weekend.
It's like the butterflies have internally combusted.
That's what you get
inside
from
the stomach.
volunteering, isn't it? Warm fuzzies.
Warm fuzzies.
Oh, I hope that's what they call it at the end of it.
No, that's called AVCon plague.
The cold
So-
flu.
Yeah, that's going to be something to look out for. Now that you've sort of seen the streaming concept, these guys, whenever you see them on, you know that something's going on. So try and find them around the con, because this is going to be the way that you're going to find the big key events that we're going to be highlighting. But outside of that, don't forget to try and find what you're really into, because we know that AVCon's got something for everyone.
So, if these two come up and ask you a question on the day, you might find yourself on the website later on.
Scream and run away.
That's the,
Be aware.
That's what you call the fans of Crispin, because they're Crispin screaming and running away.
That was rigid.
Yeah. Also, the live stream for when we're streaming his questions, it'll be Crispin streaming.
But we can't stream it.
No, the questions coming?
No.
So there's no streaming of Crispin?
No, I don't
No,
think.
have we flogged this joke enough now?
There will be no Crispin streaming.
No Christmas streaming. What about Cassandra?
Well,
Cassandra.
Well, look, on this topic, guys, should we talk a little bit about what they're going to be talking about on the day for their panels? I mean, you guys will be up on stage
Yes.
giving them a few question and answers.
Basically, what you'll be seeing from the host group, which
Baseball.
mainly represented here, we've got two other hosts. We'll basically have a couple of hosts in VG. We'll have main stage covered, where we'll be doing the Crispin panel, the Cassandra panel.
On the
and-
Crispin panel, just in before,
Yeah.
you'll be looking at giant robots and superheroes and a your own anime, which I'm pretty sure is it Marianne or
Marianne will be hosting that one,
And
but
then-
Crispin definitely will be taking the reins. So.
and then Cassandra Lee talking all about her career with Simon here.
Yes.
Which will be rather interesting. Be there.
Superheroes!
So we've got AVCon social networks, which is what we're answering stuff on. So pretty much everything is at Team AVCon. So if you use Instagram, you can follow us on Team AVCon, and I've just posted the photo to that. At Team AVCon on Twitter. Facebook is obvious, everyone knows that, but that's facebook.com/Team AVCon. We've also got a DeviantArt page for artists, which is avconadelaide.deviantart.com. I don't think of anything else. It's Google Plus.
When do we get Hipstagram for AVCon?
Well, it's a good way. It's an easy way to put a picture and send it out to
Does
everyone.
AVCon take photos of its meals?
Yes, we put out a Burger Theory picture.
Now, why did you put out a Burger Theory picture, huh?
Because we've
Are we getting any money from them?
no, but we're supporting local businesses and we support local groups and stuff. And
Well, look, guys, I know that this is probably going back to our first question about what's changed this year.
yeah.
What's one of the other major ones? It's the Saturday night events as well.
So Nico Nation
What's that?
Yeah, and our exciting free play as well at the same time.
community tournaments, which is
I'm still here.
For those at home who haven't heard of Neko Nation before, effectively we'll be running some Japanese and video game. What would you call it? DJ music? Or
Yes.
dubstep?
Wait, it works up from J-pop and K-pop and slowly progresses to harder and faster, Japanese J-core and all that stuff. Go to nikonation.com.au, I believe, and check it out there. They've got all the information. You look on YouTube for Nico Nation, you get to find videos. We've actually got a Nico Nation special on our AVCon YouTube channel, which you can have a look at and get an idea.
Just like to point it out, it's Neko, not Nico.
Nico? So Nico Nation?
Neko.
Well, effectively we'll be going to midnight, so it should be a good Saturday night.
Which means that the quiz night will finish and people can stumble
still
over.
come out and have a bit of a dance on the dance floor.
So have we got any other questions?
That's most of them at the moment, unless you've got a few
was
coming
that
to
was on
Twitter.
Facebook? Someone, would you like?
No, that's all the ones on Facebook at the moment.
Yeah. So while Neko Nation is running, we will still have the free play stuff running, the video games. All the tournaments should be over by then, hopefully, giving us staff a chance to sit down and relax and maybe play a few games on the floor. We'll be running free play until about 9 o'clock, by which time we need to go home because we've got a lot of data entry we need to do before Sunday. Over that time, there's also a few community tournaments that will be running. We have this idea that's been running for a while where some people from the community say, well, I want to run a tournament for this game that you might not be able to run because it's not super popular and won't be able to get a huge audience for it. And we say, fine, here's some of the space, and we sort of negotiate consoles and stuff.
But not Kingdom Hearts.
Not Kingdom Hearts.
What about Sora and Ryu?
Man, the guy who's been suggesting that must feel so bad if he's watching this stream.
We're
I'm
sorry.
going to blame you for that, Will. It's all his fault.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, so this year the ones that we're running are Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Pokemon Puzzle League for the 64. Which gives you an idea of exactly why we can't really run these as, mainline things, because we probably wouldn't get 32 people for Pokemon Puzzle League, but it's still an awesome game. We should still have a tournament.
Well, talking about Pokemon, actually, that's something else that's new this year. Pokemon card game and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Those are running up in the public attractions.
Okay,
Yeah,
so if you look on avcon.org.au/timetable.php, you'll be able to find all the information, and it's not under VG, it's under just general Saturday and Sunday, and it's on, I believe it's in the general area, and it's...
It'll be up by
It's-
the photo and the signings area. Look, if you want to be the best Pokemon trainer, or the best duelist of Yu-Gi-Oh, you want to be there at these tournaments.
And then enter the Pokemon tournament on Sunday.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
But there won't be any motorcycles
The DS Pokemon tournament on Sunday, which is far superior to the card game.
until it comes out 3DS, and that'll be okay.
Only because he doesn't have enough energy cards in it.
So, live stream, if you're a person who has no means of getting to the con, or if you're running late to the con and you want to watch it while you go, AVCon has a mobile site that it can download and watch.
Mobile site?
Yes, if you open up avcon.org.au on a iPhone, and is it other phones as well? So it'll look at your information.
Your user agent.
Yes, your user agent. Eman's just loading it up, so once it's finished loading, he'll show you it. And so our two guests, which we mentioned before, was Ben and Helen. So they'll be on with me over different times of the day, and we'll just be, filling in the gaps, and then cutting to actual parts you want to see. So we might be talking to the public. We need to have someone to go, okay, so here's this, otherwise it'll cut to one, people are like, what's this? What?
You need someone to fill in the gap.
Yeah. So we'll be talking to the public, we'll be pulling people aside to, have a little interview, even maybe the guests, we'll see what happens.
So while I've got all of you guys here, actually, it's not often actually we get everyone together like this for such an event. So
Certainly not a committee meeting.
yeah. So what we're basically, I would actually say, I know we all enjoy the whole con. Like that's why we all get involved. But personal favourites. What are you guys all personally looking for? We'll start with our convener, Brid. What's one of your personal things that you're really looking forward to at the con?
Anyone who was looking at my face just then, I had this big thought going, what am I actually going to say to this question?
And he's looking forward to, if we reach, was it 3,500 pre-reg ticket sales, he'll be dressing up as, what's his name?
Someone her name. K-On? Is
K-On.
Goku from K-On.
So yes, Brid, what is your favourite part of the convention?
Maybe not the opening ceremony.
And what song will you be singing?
I have no idea at the moment.
I'm so lazy.
But I mean, look, one of the major parts probably the VG side. AVCon's one of those few places that you guys can actually participate at an event. It's you're not just rocking up with your own gear for one, or only being able to play for maybe 5 minutes on.
So you're not looking forward to Man's Cafe.
So what about?
We're all looking forward to
Are
that.
you looking forward to Street Geeks participation?
Oh yeah, Street Geeks, our local Adelaide land group, they run an event once a month. I think they've got one on this weekend actually, for those of you who are interested. But they will be running our land section, which is our PC section.
And they're pretty incredible about it.
They
put
do
on
our
a good
software
show.
as well.
Not Street Geek themselves, it's people who also happen to be Street Geek people who do it, but
So
they're great guys.
Basically, you're looking VG, the interaction between VG there. Neil, that just disappeared off of.
Hey Neil.
We'll skip Neil for
He's
the
talking to the disembodied Dan.
Well, Jimmy, what are you looking forward to most?
Pokemon tournament.
Pokemon tournament?
Definitely Pokemon
Short and to the point.
Yeah, I've been running it for a number of years now, and it's relaxing, it's calm, and it's fun.
If there
No
was an
hype
industry.
Pokemons?
We can't really enforce that, but
But when you have a shiny red Quasar that's level 100 with all these abilities it shouldn't have, you're pretty sure it's happening.
level 100
So-
can happen.
Once in a blue moon.
No.
Neil.
We got a question. Will there be wireless access to the internet?
Ooh, that's actually probably something that I can answer at the moment. We are trying to get Wi-Fi for you guys at AVCon, so you can see
Update
yourself
your
after
3DS
you've been, or tweet about us, or post about us on Facebook, and tell your other friends to come along who are missing out. It's when you try and get infrastructure in for about 14,000 people or whatever we had last year.
At least.
In one location, it is quite difficult.
It was more like 8,000, it's 40,000 people days.
Well, we are working with Internode at the moment to try and set up one of their Internode hotspots, which will be available to the public. But that's still something that we won't know about until on the day, unfortunately.
Will, what are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? That Subway sandwich in the middle of the day when I get to sit down. I'm looking.
Well,
You get to sit
you
down.
might actually like ramen. We've asked our
ramen.
wonderful venue, the Adelaide Convention Centre, to beef up
Yes,
their
I ran
menu.
Pokemon.
So there's going to
It
be
was
ramen,
really
hopefully
day.
bubble tea.
Nice.
And
I mean, beef ramen, beef
And
dog.
sushi as well.
Hey, beefed up, yeah.
There will be something like
terrible.
Beefed up with pork.
some little
What's that
Japanese
deal?
bread rolls
Yeah.
with various flavours.
Bread rolls? But
From Red
ramen,
Top.
ramen noodles.
I think there's four bread top range, one.
No, there's no bread top unfortunately.
That was
We were trying to get
The other thing that I really do love about AVCon, and this is why I'm in events, is the panels. I do look forward to the panels because you get to meet community people, you get to learn about the little things that interest people, and it's a lot of fun learning different new things. I understand AVCon's all about the games and the competitions, but it's also nice to learn a little bit about culture, and AVCon it sources to that as well.
And also, like, that's meeting community people I guess, makes it seem not as hard to get into working for AVCon. And all that is you become a volunteer or you've got a skill set that we need and we approach
And you get
all-
absorbed into it
Yeah.
and never, ever get to leave.
I mean, this year we probably have in total, including all the organisational body, which are also volunteers, about 200 volunteers. Which
Yeah.
is, you know, it's a lot of people coming together to make
To give
one
their
big
own
event
time
occur.
to make this event happen.
There are about
So-
18 to 19 people.
So
who
if you
the
are
event
at
starts.
if you're at the event and you do find that there's something going on, there's a line or something, and you're getting a bit disgruntled, please don't take it out on the staff. The staff are there to make the event happen for you guys.
But don't be afraid to tell them, you know, calmly what's wrong and they'll be able to help you. But
Yeah, yeah,
if you're,
they'll
like,
help.
if you're shouting at them, then it'll be a bit harder.
If we scream at you, please don't take it personally.
Now, back to panels that Will mentioned. Our streaming host Ben is actually going to be hosting a panel himself. It will be the ACG panel. I'm guessing that's going to be a highlight for you. Any information on that one, mate?
No, yes, actually.
What does the ACG stand for?
This ACG stands for the Australian Costumers Guild, and as people totally misrepresent it and think it's just a group of souls. No, all the ACG is
So it's different from cosplay.
it is cosplay.
Alright.
Yeah, but
It's
it's costuming, not
It's
cosplay.
it is cosplay too.
Yeah.
There are some people who like to just make costumes and wear them. There are some people who make costumes and cosplay.
So why is
as
it
well?
not the Australian cosplay group?
Because I didn't create
Also
it.
starts with
Can I just ask a question just to verify? Is steampunk cosplay?
Whoa.
It
Did I-
depends,
did I
it
just
depends
cross-
if you're a
did I just-
character.
Yes,
Did I
it
just cross a line?
No.
Shall we move on before we have an argument?
See, it's not as bad as asking if the leader is cosplay because
Oh, well,
the
it is
lady,
cosplay. It's
no,
not, it's not what
no,
leading is cosplay.
no, the lady girls go, and myself included, would go absolutely bonkers. At
But
you.
you're
So it's a
cosplaying
cosplay?
characters.
So,
No, it is not cosplay. It is a fashion.
So what you're telling
A
us is
fashion.
your
A fashion.
favourite event
A
though,
fashion.
on the weekend is going to be the
A
Lolita Parade.
Of course, it's still a Lolita parade. I'm going to be in the Lolita parade.
So
Getting back to the ACG.
Yeah, so a cosplayer can costume and a costumer can cosplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Thank you.
so it's
So
like a-
basically, we've got a couple of people who are going to help. Basically, we're there to help people find ideas of how to put your own costume together. You don't have to sew it. You can buy it. You can put it
Paper
together.
craft
You can you can use paper mache.
kind of blue tag.
One of our presenters is going to show you how you can actually use fiberglass to
Is
make
that
a costume.
Tiff?
No,
That's
it's
Steve.
no, it's not.
That's
No,
not
it's going to be
Steve.
someone else this year who wears and has made a Cyberman, and he I think will be
Darren.
so yeah, Darren. Yeah,
Yeah,
Darren is
Darren.
one of our master costumers in the Costumers Guild. He's going to be showing you that, and we have Cassandra who's going to be showing you how to put together a costume made of different types of fabric, including fur. That she's incorporated into a Lady Loki
Did you
costume.
Yes.
say fleur? Like that or fleur?
Not fleur, but fur. You know.
Ah,
So
No animals are harmed in the making.
No,
that's
it's
going to be
all-
first thing
That's
Saturday
different.
night.
It's faux fur.
Panel.
That's what the S
So-
stands for in AVCon, anime, video game, and skinning.
So basically,
You need to censor
Ben's panel is going to be on Saturday morning. So for you novice AVConites who will be coming out for the first time, and we're a little bit worried if your cosplay was AVConites. I don't know.
Yeah, AVConites is
AVConites, I think, is a good term.
I use Avconites.
Yeah. So
Not
basically,
cool.
if you've come out for the first time or you're relatively novice to the whole cosplaying thing and you thought, I really wanted to dress up this year, but I didn't want to look too tacky, this could be the panel for you. So that way next year you'll
Dress
come
more like
ready to
Benson.
go.
Here's the panel for you. If I don't know where to begin, we can tell you where to begin.
Alright, so we've got 10 minutes left of this live stream. Now, best time to get in some last minute questions. So Facebook,
Well, I've got one question here asking from Sienna Sharkbait. Why is Tiffany so awesome?
Why is that?
Look at
Tiff?
my cat.
Your cat is watching the live stream from home.
That's why Tiffany's so awesome.
No, I think the cat is awesome. That's not Tiffany per se.
Well, especially with
Well-
that train.
Clearly, I've left myself signed in at some point in somebody's house, and they thought it'd be funny for my cat to.
Is your house maybe built on granite? You know, radium in the house?
Well,
Horrible
if
contagious.
my cat is asking, probably because I feed her.
We got a question. This is from Karuto Shinigami. Says, that sounded very Australian.
Toriko Shinogami.
What panels will there be at AVCon this year?
Wow, there
Will
are
there be wooden
lots.
panels?
No, there won't be any wooden panels. There might be some slate panels.
Okay.
But look, we're going to have travelling to Japan. We're going to. Oh, look, I've got a list.
The Indie
here.
Games Room will also be doing a panel the Saturday from 3:30
I
to
didn't even know
4:30.
we were doing. No, we're going to have a dev meet panel, which will be really cool.
Yes.
For all your DeviantArt people out there.
Whatever that is. No.
Um,
We have the Asian ball joints.
All joint dolls.
Ball joint dolls. Which our lovely convener does love. Absolutely adores these.
I have two myself.
so do
I
we
should
know
bring
the
them
total
along.
number? Do we know the total number?
Total number.
Because I know, well, events, how many
They're
panels do we have?
over. I think it's over 25.
It's over 25. It's not exactly 9,000, but it's close.
Well, look, quickly running down. We've got AMV on
AMV
I'm not sure.
competition.
We've actually got AMV how to panel, AMV comedy hour. Then we've got our DeviantArt. We got AJazz. They're one of our local
The
anime
AJazz,
groups.
they'll introduce you to anime if you haven't done it, or they'll bring you back into the game if you've gotten out of it.
We've also got some of our indie games rooms developers as well. We'll be having a panel for those of you who are interested in getting into game development. We've also got, as I think previously mentioned, living and working Japan. Those who actually want to go over to Japan and check out this
There's
culture.
two. There's travelling to Japan and there's living and working in Japan. So there are two groups. They're different groups.
They're very informative panels.
conflicting
Otherwise, we've also got a Madman panel as well, one of our great sponsors. They'll be showing off some of their, I believe, their latest anime and that sort of thing. As well as Retrospect, we'll be looking at some of the retro gaming side of it.
Alright, so we've also got the opening ceremony, which I believe Dan can quickly shout out across the thing.
Hey Dan,
just
give us a
body
yell
press.
out.
Should I just come on?
Yeah,
come on.
Hey, big round of applause.
I'm usually behind the scenes in front of the camera. Actually, I'll jump in.
This is hands.
Yes, yeah, there.
Okay, so opening ceremony. It's if you've seen our timetable, I kind of renamed it to Opening Ceremony Spectacular because that's what we've been trying to achieve in this year's opening ceremony. It's going to be.
It's not going to be boring. It's going to be
It's
spectacular.
going to be your face.
It's going to bore your mind or bore your
And for those of you who are interested, that's on the Friday night where we do pre-reg ticket swap overs. So those of you who want to get your landed early, so you don't have to do it on the Saturday morning or Sunday morning.
Just walk on in.
Can they buy tickets?
Yes, you can also buy tickets on Friday night if you still haven't managed to get yours before Friday.
Buy them
we
before the
encourage you
weekend.
though
It's cheaper.
To buy them online,
And
$5 discount.
If you do buy them on before the weekend, you have more of a chance of our lovely convener, myself, and the two other elect members dressing up as KO members and doing the boom boom.
Don't worry, they'll do it anyway.
So that's 3 elect members of AVCon.
Make sure of that.
3 elect in drag and Tiffany.
It's not drag, it's crossplay. It's a crossplay.
I'm lucky because it doesn't affect me. They tried real hard finding something that would embarrass me and it just doesn't work at all.
I'll do that next year.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
otherwise on the Friday night we've got I believe is a premiere screening on the Friday
We got a
night.
premiere
Isn't
screening.
it black and white 2 Pokemon? Is that it? No, seriously.
And also for all the gold ticket
Hey,
holders,
season 2.
you will be able to come in and have an early little special something. So make sure you come in on Friday.
Oh, that's the meet and greet? Isn't it?
That's
Yes,
the gold pass.
Passes know about that though.
The gold pass.
They bought their gold passes and they didn't know.
I'm just reminding them live
And it's
stream.
also a good hint for people next year if you don't know if you want to buy a gold pass. You get a special meet and greet with the guests. Now this isn't a panel.
It
This
includes
is an
food.
actual meet and greet. There'll be food. You can, you
Yeah, now
can
I'm
have
hungry.
shake their hands, take the photos, be like, "Hi, Crispin, what you up to?" And James is now freaked out by me. So this is yeah, it'd be a great guys, a great panel for you guys.
But otherwise we've got
Yeah, don't touch him. You might not like it.
Otherwise we've got the main parts of AVCon on the Saturday and Sunday. So how are we doing on time?
We've
Ian?
got 2 minutes left.
Get your questions.
We never heard from Helen.
Yeah,
She was looking for.
Come on, Helen.
Come on, Helen, 2 minutes straight.
Well,
On the subject
after
Wales.
Wales.
Are we talking the country or the name?
I will do.
Probably after Ben sort of talked about the panel, probably the panels, the ACG panels particularly.
That's 3 in a row.
And cosplay.
4 in a row.
Yeah. So Sam, we'd love to hear from you. What is your key event for? What are you looking forward to?
Come on, man, even the balance.
It's kind of obvious. It's the opening.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the opening.
It's going to be that amazing. We're talking
I
about
poured my
lights.
heart and
Alright.
soul into
Prettiness.
it.
Chinese Olympics got
So
nothing
just
on the
quickly,
opening
what's
ceremony.
happening at the closing ceremony then? This is going to be goodbye.
No, there's going to be an
The
auction.
goes out.
We're going to be selling off all our awesome stuff on the weekend so that you can take home a piece.
Some of our awesome stuff.
Well, we're going to sell off Jimmy's, so no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Implicit admission that I'm awesome, by the way, in case people didn't catch that.
Yeah, jeez.
Neil was showing off something.
We're just signing off, and we're going to just give a last look at the new charms and the booklet, which are just that booklet wasn't a charm, but you can try.
Well, thank you guys for all those listening to us with for our first live feed.
Say goodbye to Neil's hand.
I'd
Bye,
like to
Neil's
thank
hand.
everyone here for actually turning up today on a
So,
lovely
we want
Saturday
to
morning.
say thank you to Brid, Will, I'm very sorry, I can't remember your name.
Ben.
I'm very sorry, Ben,
Yes.
Helen, Simon, myself, James, Dan, and of course Eamon, our guy who has been filming,
Eamon.
and Neil.
That's a prosthetic hand.
Oh, cheers guys. See you next week.
See ya!
In 3 weeks.
Thank you, Maria.
Wave!
Are we still recording? We're still live?